Hey everyone, welcome back to Cuddy's bookshelf. So I am back with another haul. There is quite a few books in here, but I'm going to try and go as fast as I can through these because I don't want this to be a long video, and I know I've talked about some of these in previous videos, so if I have, I will just skim past them, but I'll just tell you that I have brought them and so on. So the first three books I will skim past because I got these in a book box. So there is Compass and Blade, which obviously I talk about in more detail, and I got the Waterstones exclusive edition, which is really beautiful. So a lot of the times with my book boxes, I don't know what books are coming in them, like nobody knows, but they do give clues, but I don't look at those. I like to be surprised, so when I see what book it is, you have my genuine reaction of what book it is that month, and this was one of them. So this came in a book box. Then this one has just come in a Fairy Loot book box. So I do have the Waterstones beautiful colouring on this. It's just black on the bottom and the top, but it is absolutely stunning. I love the page where the signature is. Absolutely beautiful. I am obsessed. I am not mad that I have duplicate copies of any of these, by the way, because I generally, if I am in loving a book, I end up annotating it. So if I've got a nice edition as well as edition that I can write in, more the better for me. So yeah, I did get the Waterstones exclusive edition of this also because I am so excited for this, you know, enemies to lovers, heisting, oh yeah, give it me. And then the other one was the Crimson Moth. So I got the Waterstones edition. Well, I think it's just the standard edition. I thought this was going to be a special edition, but I think I got that confused with Compass and Blade. So it is just the standard edition, but I have the standard copy of it also. If you didn't see, was it Fairy Loot that one came in? And oh my goodness, that was stunning. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, there's those, and then there's I also got the exclusive edition, like the new editions that are coming out of Good Girl Bad Blood. So this is the second one in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy, and they are bringing them out in these really beautiful editions. And this one is the next one to come out, which is the second one, and it's like about a girl who, there was a murder in her town, and for her last work project at school, she decides to delve in more to do with that murder because she doesn't think the man that was charged with the murder was the actual murderer. So she goes turns into a little detective, and it's quite a good thriller. I've only read the first one, but yeah, now I've got the second as well. Then I will do the manga that I picked up because I will fly through these also. So I have my special one. This is volume 5. I still haven't started this series. I really need to. It is on my books that I want to read this year. But this is about a girl who works in a cafe or someplace like that, a restaurant. And this famous lad comes in, and she goes over to like take his order, and he is really dismissive of her and treats her like rubbish because he thinks that she's just a fan, like trying to get something out of him. But she puts him in his place, and he keeps trying to apologise and make nice basically, and she's not having none of it. So I'm excited to see where that goes. I think this sounds like a really good series. Then I have Cheerful Amnesia. This is volume 2. Again, I have not started this series. But this is, I bought the first one because I wanted to find some new manga from a different author that I've never read from before. So I got this one, and I Don't Know Which Is Love. And this one is about a woman that is suffered amnesia, and her girlfriend doesn't think that she will remember her, but it just means that they can start their love story all over again and fall in love all over again, and it just sounded really sweet. So I picked that one up originally because I thought it was a really sweet story, and I will get to it, and that was volume 2. And then the next one is Dan Dan volume 6. This has to be like especially volume 1. I think I've read 2 or 3 volumes in this now. Volume 1 was definitely not what I expected. So this is explicit content, and the first one is about a boy and a girl. One believes in aliens and another believes in like spirits, and they are disbelieving of each other, so they go out to prove each other wrong. And on the way they meet some characters. I will just say that this is just the weirdest thing, but I need to know. It's one of those books where you don't know how you feel after it. You're like, what did I just read? And then you're like, well, I'm gonna have to find out how it carries on. So I'm now on volume 6. Keep pre-ordering them. Then we have the last book in a trilogy of One of Us is Lying. I have not read that, and I have every book by Karen M. McManus because they all look similar. They all look like this. Like, look, this is all of her books, and apparently only 2, I don't know which 2, and obviously the first one, but I don't know which one the other one is. I have them all, but I don't know which one the second one is, and now this is the third, and I'm like, well, what's the other ones about? So I really want to read this trilogy so I can see if it's something that I like, because if not, there's a whole load of books on my shelf that I can donate, but I'm too intrigued to get rid of them without reading them, because obviously there was intrigue in the first place, and now I'm more intrigued as to see what the others are about as well. Like, what? But yeah, so there is this one. This is a thriller series. Then for Mother's Day, from my dog, obviously my husband bought it me, from my dog, I got Talking with Psychopaths, A Journey into the Evil Mind by Christopher Barry D. I have read Talking with Psychopaths, the other edition of it, by Christopher Barry Lee. He works a lot and talks a lot with people who are like serial killers, psychopaths, that sort of, like, going into people's mindsets, the mindset of people. And if you don't know, like, my job is to do with like your brain and stuff, so I work in the acquired brain injury unit, so I am always intrigued on how the human mind works, and I really enjoyed Christopher Barry D's other book that I read, so I was really excited about this. At first I thought he'd brought me the same one, and then I realised it's the same title but a different thing. But yeah, really excited about that. So I love a true crime book or documentary. I'm there for it. And then I got a romance, and this one says, She's No Ordinary Cinderella, and it's My Dark Desire. So these are, I believe these are standalones, but in the same series, are they? Am I just talking rubbish? I could be talking rubbish and it could be a follow-on, but it is the follow-on to, or the next one in the series to, My Dark Romeo. I brought that a while ago from Waterstones when I was there. I am yet to read it. This every time I do a haul, I sort of put my son on blast, because I'm like, I've carried on the series but I haven't read it yet. But yeah, it was just books that intrigued me. I think the series is called The Dark Prince Road, I think. But I think they are standalones in the series, so I picked the second one up in hopes that I like the first one. That writing is very small though, but hopefully I love it. I will read the back of this one with them being standalone, so I don't mind, because I don't think it will have any relevance to the first. And it says, The task was simple: sneak into Zachary's son's closely guarded manor, retrieve my pendant, slip out. Problem 1, America's most unattainable bachelor caught me. Problem 2, he decided to keep me as the help. Zach's son's winter may be the coldest I've ever felt, but he makes my skin burn. Reserved, calculated, and savagely cruel, he thrives on the weakness of others. Little does he know he just met his match. He may be American royalty, but this peasant will rise to become queen. Okay, I like that. I like that. Sounds good. But then I brought a poetry collection by Len Penny. I have not read from this author before, and I've heard like they are a new voice in Scottish poetry, and that intrigued me. So I got myself a new poetry collection. This one is signed by the author as well. Really excited to get into that. You know how I love my poetry. The next 3 books are chunkers, and they're all the same book, but I have reasonings. So it is The Empire of the Damned by J. Kristoff. So this is his vampire series. I'm really, really excited to get into these. I have not read the first one, but it is wrapped on my TBR cart. So at some point this year, I will be starting this series because I've been dying to get into it. But because they're chunky, I've been putting them off. So that's why I wrapped it, because I'm like, I will read it. But again, the vampire, and it's supposed to be like really gory, like bloody, swashbuckling greatness. So I'm really excited about it. So the reason I have three copies, because I pre-ordered the Waterstones exclusive edition, because I have the Waterstones exclusive edition of the first one, and I do want to annotate the series when I do. So I thought I would get the sprayed edge Waterstones exclusive to annotate, which is what I'm going to do with the first one in the series. Then I also own the Illumicrate edition of the first one, and now I own, because oh my goodness. So now I own the Illumicrate edition of the second one, and I just think these are stunning editions, absolutely stunning. They are signed also, and yeah, so I got this. So these ones are my nice editions that I won't annotate. Then my Waterstones ones are the ones that I will annotate. And then before I'd even knew this was going to be a thing, I'd already pre-ordered both of these, and I'm not mad at getting another one, because I went to, you would have seen if you've watched my video on it, but I went to a book signing with J. Kristoff for this book, and when I was there, they was giving out dust jackets for this book, but it is a tour edition, and you get, it's like a band t-shirt where you get the tour dates and everything on the back, and I love that. They also come signed, and I just thought this is incredible. And I did buy the ticket where you get a signed book, and it the book that you got when you walked in that was already signed was the Waterstones edition that looked like this. So I was, at first I was like, why did I buy that ticket? And then they gave the dust jackets out, and I was like, that's why I bought the ticket. Because there was cheaper tickets the way you didn't get a book. But I'm so glad I did. But so now I own 3 editions of this book, and I am not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. And meeting J. Kristoff and also Hannah Kenner, that was there at the same time, is one of my highlights of this year so far. So I'm just really happy. Then I will go into Sébastien de Castell. This is Play of Shadows. This is a new Greatcoat story. So if you've never heard of Sébastien de Castell before, he wrote the Spellslinger series, and he also wrote the Greatcoat series, and I love the Greatcoat series. It's like swashbuckling, humorous, sword fighting, Kingsman. That is just incredible. The characters are amazing. The story is amazing. If you have not read the Greatcoat series, I highly recommend. And this is a new book. It's a new Greatcoat story, and this is book 1, and it's Court of Shadows book 1. And it says, Swordplay, intrigue and friendship stronger than iron will sweep you up in a journey of swashbuckling fantasy in this first volume of the New Greatcoat series by best-selling author Sebastian de Castell. I am so excited for this. I have really enjoyed all of Sebastian de Castell's books, so that's sort of one that I get to add. So the next book that I bought was totally an author buy. It was nothing to do with intrigue of the book or anything. I didn't look that much into it before I bought it, but it's Catherine Arden's new book, and Catherine wrote the Bear and the Nightingale trilogy, the Winter Night trilogy should I say, but the first one's Bear and the Nightingale, and I loved that trilogy so much. And then I saw that she had a new book coming out. I did get the Waterstones stenciled edge edition, and I'm really happy about it. Honestly, it's signed by the author as well, and I just knew that because I loved her other books so much that I was going to buy this no matter what it's about. But let's have a look. It says, a novel of breathtaking scope and drama, of stunning research lightly worn, The Warm Hands of Ghost is a book that will speak to readers directly about the trauma of war and the power of those involved to love, endure and transcend it. Sold. So you sold me at the name. But if you haven't ever read the Winter Night trilogy, I highly recommend that. And I am looking forward to reading more from this author, so I am excited about this. Really, really excited about it. The next one that I got is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. I know this author wrote the Bridget Kingdom series, and I haven't read that. But I am intrigued to read stuff by this author, so I thought I would go for this one. This is a what is it, Norse mythology retelling, like inspired by sort of thing, and you know how I love my retellings or inspired by type books, and I just thought the cover got me, not gonna lie. It is the Waterstones exclusive edition, and I just thought I would give it a go. It says, a woman blessed by the gods battles to unite a nation under a power-hungry king while fighting her growing desire for his fiery son. Ooh, in this Norse-inspired fantasy romance. And I you know, it's got romance. It's got Norse in it. It's by an author that loads of people like, so I bought it. I did. Stay. The next book was totally a cover buy for me, and it is Law of the Wilds. I mean, look at that cover. And this one is, it says, a library with a deadly enchantment, a fey lord who wants in, a human woman willing to risk it all for a taste of power. And it says, the perfect cottagecore book about books with a love triangle, that will keep you guessing. I like just that. I'm sold. It's got fey, it's got a love triangle, it's got, you know, it's a book about books. What's not to love, you know? Any book lover's gonna love a book about books. So yeah, I got this one. Really excited for it. The next book is a compendium, and it is Visions of Flesh and Blood. So I have read the first 3 books in From Blood and Ash series, and I really want to continue the series. I really enjoyed it. I don't know why I didn't get the rest and carry on reading it, but I am due a reread of them and to carry the series on. This is all of the books. So this is From Blood and Ash, and then this is from, what's it called, Flesh and Fire series, and they all go into one series really. like the intermingle or something like that, or the world. And this is the new compendium, so I thought I would pick this up in intent to boot me into reading the rest of the series and the Flesh and Fire series as well, because I did really enjoy it. I don't know why I stopped reading it, so I now have the compendium to go with it. Let me know if you've read From Blood and Ash. This pile is looking really, really dodgy. It's like when I'm putting a book on. Anyway, let me know if you've read From Blood and Ash, or if you plan to, because I did really enjoy it. I don't know, like literally I don't know why I stopped, but there we go. The next book is a book from Illumicrate. I got this because we got the first book in an Illumicrate box, and it is a duology, so I wanted to get the second one so then I can read both of them. I have waited until getting the second one, and it is Dark Star Burning, Ash Falls White. These books are beautiful, like I mean beautiful. I've got to show you, because look how stunning are those. They're just, and the first one I have got it down off my shelf to show you, because again, beautiful, and it is just as beautiful on the naked hardback. And these are inspired by Chinese mythology. I've said in this video, I say in loads of videos, I love like things that are inspired by, or like mythology retellings. I cannot get enough, and this duology really excites me. I am just so glad that I've got them both now, so I can proper like delve into this duology. I'm so excited. Amelie Wenzel has had lots of really good reviews as well, and especially with this series, so well, with this duology, so I'm really excited for it. So yeah, I got this one to add to this one, and now I can read them both, and I'm really excited about it. Have you read them? Let me know, because they did come in well, one of them came in an Illumicrate box, so if you have read the first one, do you plan on reading the second? Let me know all the things. And then this one again was bought because it was a mythology retelling, and it's Medea. So this is the retelling of the Golden Fleece. I have a nice Folio Society edition of the Golden Fleece, and I thought it would be really intriguing to read a retelling of that story. And this is stunning. Waterstones did an amazing job with the edges on this, and the end pages are, it's just a beautiful book, and I can't wait to read a retelling of the Golden Fleece. I am really excited about that. So there's that one. This book is a book that I actually went into Waterstones to look for, and it wasn't there, and I was gutted. So, but then I went to get some drinks and food and that lot for work, and it was in Tesco's, and it's Anna O. So this is about a woman who has had her eyes closed for 4 years, and this forensic psychologist is trying to figure out it all, or something like that. But it did sound intriguing. Anna O hasn't opened her eyes for 4 years. This is a novel about the dark thoughts that sleep inside us. Everyone will know the name Anna O, but will they ever know the truth? There's been a lot of talk about it, and I've been trying to not see reviews for it, because as I said during this video, I try and go into thrillers, especially like psychological thrillers, blind as possible, because I just love the twists and turns a psychological thriller can take, and I'm really looking forward to this. Like, Anna, wait, open your eyes. Let us know what's the tea. The next book, I just stumbled across it on Waterstones when I was browsing to do some pre-orders, and I really wanted to get some new thrillers. I'm running low on newer thrillers, so I picked this one up, and it is End of Story by AJ Finn. So this one, what I can remember, is about a man called Nick, or Nicky, Nick, I don't know. It's about a man called Nick, we'll go with that. And he is invited into Sebastian, a man called Sebastian, I think he's a mystery author. And he's invited into Sebastian's mansion to write his story, his life story, under the watchful gaze of Sebastian's daughter and wife. But Sebastian is a mystery in himself, because several years before this, his wife and son went missing, and they don't know, like, it was never solved. They're like, is Sebastian a murderer? Is he? And then one day in Sebastian's garden, a body is found, and the past doesn't stay buried. So yeah, I thought that sounds really good. I love a book where, if it's about an author and they are writing a book about somebody else and they're going to their house or home or their past and digging through stuff. I love stuff like that. So I just thought this really sounded up my alley. So yeah, I got that one as well. And then the last thriller that I got was 10 Seconds by Robert Gould. I'm so excited for this. So I read, I think it was during my spooky season vlogs, I read 12 Secrets, 11 Liars, and now 10 Seconds is out. So this series starts where Ben Harper's brother has been murdered by two of his classmates, and then so many years later another murder happens which could be linked to his brother's death. So, and at this point Ben is a investigative journalist, so he takes it upon himself to try and find things out, and the storyline goes from there. And I devoured the first one, didn't realise it was a series until right at the end, and I was like, I'm getting the next one. So I picked the second one up straight away, read it straight away, and I have just been waiting for this one to come out. So I'm really, really excited about this. I can see myself reading this really soon because I can't wait. So yeah, another thriller, last thriller that was. And then I have a whole bunch of books which are by the same authors. So the first two is a duology, and it is a Why Choose Dark romance by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. You have The Deaf Club and then Society of Psychos. I was intrigued to read a Why Choose Dark romance by the Twisted Sisters, is what Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti call themselves. So that's why I bought these. But then I was reading into them a bit more, and I'm like, do I need to read the Brutal Boys of Evelyn Lake series first? I think that's what it's called. Because I think there's like characters in here from that. So do I need to read that series first and then go into these? If you've read the Evelyn Lake prep series, let me know. Do I need to read that first before these? Asking for a friend. aka me. But yeah, so I brought these two, Why Choose Romance, and obviously they're from Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. If you don't know, I am obsessed with the Zodiac Academy books, and I am now obsessed with the Ruthless Boys. Also, not as much as Zodiac, but we'll save that for my reading wrap up, because I have read that series now and I'm really excited about it. Speaking of, the next three books are also by Suzanne Valenti and Caroline Peckham, and this one is Caged Wolf, Alpha Wolf, and Feral Wolf. And these are the Darkmoor Penitentiary series. These are set after the Zodiac Academy, and I know we're waiting on the 4th, and all I needed to know about these was that they are Suzanne Valenti, Caroline Peckham. They are set in Solaria, which is the same place as Zodiac Academy, and the follow-ons to Zodiac Academy. And I know that the 3rd one apparently ends on a really big cliffhanger, which I am putting off reading these because of. But I know that they have the 4th one in their line of books that's coming out, because obviously they've got the new Zodiac Academy coming out in April as well. So do I risk it? And because knowing me, I will reread them before the 4th one comes out anyway. I'll probably read these soon, don't get me wrong. They're probably going to be in like next month's reading wrap up or something, now I have them. But I'm really excited about them. And I'm not sure if my best bet for you guys is to read, I think it's book 1 to 2 and 3 in Zodiac Academy, then read the 5 books in The Ruthless Boys, and then carry on Zodiac Academy, and then read these, because I read the back of the first one and it's from a character that's in The Ruthless Boys, and the thing that happened that features in this is what happened in The Ruthless Boys. So I think you need to read that first, which obviously I have done now, and I'm really excited about these. So yeah, some more fantasy books by Suzanne Valenti and Caroline Peckham. Do you think I'm a little bit obsessed at this point? Probably. Will I stop? No, because now I need to get the Brutal Boys of the Everlake Prep series, so then I can read these two, because I just want to be safe. Better safe than sorry. But I do have these to be getting on with, and I'm really excited to do that. And that was my haul. That's all the books that I've bought from different places, and they have been piling up for a while. Like I say, because I missed out on some filming, I was going to do like some mini hauls, but I've just done your one big one instead. I hope this hasn't dragged on too long and you have been intrigued by some of the books that I've picked up. Let me know if you plan on reading any, or you have read some, because I know some of them, like the Good Girl Bad Blood, has been out for a while. So yeah, let me know if you've read them, planning on reading them, if you're excited about any of them, if I've made you pick any of them up. That's really exciting. I love it when you guys send me messages saying that you're picking a book up because I made it sound really good, and I'm like, I love that I get to influence people to buy books. That's absolutely insane, and I love it. I love it because I love the feeling of watching someone talk about a book and then be like, that sounds really good. So yeah, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more from me, please subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! The first 3 books is ones that I will skim through, because I got these in book. So there's a whole group of books that I can DNF? No. Reserve, Calculated, and Savagely Cruel. Saxon's winter may be the coldest I've ever felt, but he make blah, blah, blah. So this is his. I'm out of breath. I also own the Illumicrate. Is it? Yeah. Then shall I go into, what do I do? I don't know what I'm doing. If you've never heard of Sebastian de Castell before, he wrote the, why am I gone blank? Spellslinger. Swashbuckling. I really enjoyed all of Sebastian. I have got the deadest of legs, and know when your leg's dead and then you move it and then the sensation starts coming back and it's like really painful, pins and needles. That's what I'm battling at the minute. That's what I'm battling. I could not, can't, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I got these two. No, I didn't. I got this one. I hope I'm giving you enough information to make you intrigued about the books. I know I'm like quickly going through them, but what does it say on there now? I am half an hour into this video and I wanted it to be a short video. Maybe I should buy less books. Nah, I'll try and crop it. I really like the sound of... I like know when an author's writing a story about someone. Like, not the author itself, but in the book. If an author is writing someone's story or whatever, I like when they found out... When they... I'm not getting my words out. Hold on, wait. Let me start that again. I'm stuttering. Blah, blah, blah. I am... Blah, blah, blah. And now I am obsessed with the... Oh, what's that? What's it called? The Brutal Boys. Ruthless Boys. There we go. And those were my new haul. My new books. The new haul. I have no space. What am I going to do? The same Texas. Woo. No home.